Good morning, all of you. It's audible, please. Anyone?
Yes, sir.
Okay, it's clear now.
Yes, sir.
Okay, thank you. Yesterday, what we have discussed commutation of SCR. It is clear why we are going for the concept of a commutation of SCR and what is commutation. What is commutation? Commutation is nothing but, can anyone give the definition? Yesterday we have given the definition for this commutation. Can anyone please? Anyone?
It is the process of turning of the
It is the process of,
turning of the SCR.
okay, means process of turning off an SCR is called as a commutation. Is called as commutation. Why we are going for the concept of commutation? Anyone? Why we are going for the concept of commutation? Why we have to discuss this concept? Why we have to discuss this concept? Simply for controlling the power at the output side of the converter. It is clear? Simply to control the output power, okay, or to control the power at the output side of the power electronic modulator. Okay. That's why we are going for the discussing the concept of commutation. Clear? See here, yesterday we have discussed class A commutation, sorry, class F commutation means types of the commutations are class A, class B, class C, class D, class C. Or type A, type B, type C, type D, type E, type F. In any way we can write class A, class B, class C, class D, class C, class F, or type A, type B, type C, type D, type E, type F. Okay. The class F commutation or type F commutation is also called as the natural commutation. Class F commutation or type F commutation is also called as a natural commutation. Okay, and these commutation techniques A, B, C, D, E called as a or called as a forced commutation of SCR. Means generally we have two types of commutation techniques: natural commutation of SCR and forced commutation of SCR. It is clear. Natural commutation is nothing but once the thyristor is turned on, it will condense, and after some time automatically it will be turned off without using any external devices, without using any extra circuit. The thyristor is automatically turned off. Okay, the thyristor is automatically turned off during the positive off cycle. By giving the gate pulse, the thyristor is turned on. And during the negative off cycle, the thyristor is turned off because it is getting the reverse voltage. That's why this commutation is called as a natural commutation. Here we are not using any extra circuit, and here we are not using any extra element. Okay, automatically the thyristor is turned off. Okay, that's why this type of commutation is also called as the natural commutation or class F commutation. Clear? Go through these points. Okay, operation of the circuit. Forced commutation of SCR. Already we have discussed in previous lecture. Class A commutation, class B commutation, class C, class D, class C. Clear? Also we have seen the class A commutation, also called as the load commutation of SCR. Also called as the load commutation of SCR. Why we are calling this load commutation? Because we are using the extra elements for turning of the SCR. Okay, we are using the extra elements. Okay, L and C, that is the resonance circuits. And this circuit is connected in the load side. Okay, in the load circuit, in series with the load circuit. Okay, these resonance elements or resonance circuit or whatever we have taken the extra elements. Okay, these elements are connected in the load circuit or in series with the load circuit. That's why this type of commutation is also called as a load commutation. Okay, why we have taken these components L and C? For turning off the thyristor. Okay, once the thyristor is turned on, the current is flowing through the circuit. Okay, at the same time the capacitor is charging. When the capacitor is fully charged, it will block the current. When the capacitor is fully charged, it will block the current. Means no current is flowing through this circuit. Okay, when the capacitor is fully charged, no flow of current through the circuit, as well as the load side voltage is greater than the supply voltage. V0 is greater than the Vs. Okay, voltage across the load circuit is greater than the supply voltage. When the load side voltage is greater than the supply voltage, then automatically the cathode is made positive than the anode. Automatically, the cathode is made positive than the anode. So, when the cathode is made positive than the anode, then automatically the thyristor is turn off. Okay, then the thyristor is turn off. Okay, that's why this is the process turning of the thyristor in class A commutation. That is the load commutation of SCR. Clear? So why this method is called as a load commutation? We are using the extra equipments or extra elements, and these elements are connected in the load circuit. Okay, that's why we have given this commutation is called as load commutation. Clear? So these elements are also called as the resonance circuits. Okay, this is the capacitance in parallel. Already we had discussed in the previous lecture. Now we will go for the, these are the theory or operation of the above circuit. Okay, please go through these points. I will send the this material later. Next one is the class B commutation or resonant pulse commutation of SCR. Okay, you have to remember the both names. What is the other name of class B commutation? Resonant pulse commutation of. What is the other name of class B commutation? Resonant pulse commutation. What is the name of other name of class A commutation? Load commutation. Clear? So please remember, you have to remember the both names, class B commutation or resonant pulse commutation. Sometime he may ask the question, explain the resonant pulse commutation of SCR. Or sometime he may ask the question, explain the class B commutation of SCR. Okay, in theory examination. That's why we have to remember both names. So what will be the means? How we can turn off the thyristor by using class B or resonant pulse. Here, class B or resonant pulse commutation is a forced commutation technique. To turn off an SCR. In this technique, thyristor or SCR is turned off by gradual build up of resonant current. It is clear? Resonant current means by using the resonance elements, maybe L and C. Okay. By using the resonance elements, we can build the resonant current in the reverse direction. Okay, from cathode to anode of SCR. So this technique is also known as the current commutation and occurs in DC circuit, not in AC circuit. Okay, this class B commutation used for the DC circuits only. It is clear? And here, this is the main thyristor. Which we are going to turn off This is the main thyristor. Okay, for turning off this SCR, we are using the one resonant circuit as well as one more thyristors. we are using resonance circuits L and C, and one more thyristor we are using, that is the auxiliary thyristor. That is the auxiliary thyristor. These L and C circuit or resonance circuits and auxiliary thyristors are using, okay, for turning off this thyristor. For turning off this thyristor. It is clear? Means we are using the extra circuit to turn off this main thyristor. We are using extra circuit to turning off this main thyristor. Are you got the point? Okay. Let us consider the circuit diagram for class B or resonant pulse commutation for better understanding of the commutation process involved. So this is the simple circuit diagram. This is the simple circuit diagram for understanding the class B or resonant pulse commutation. Okay, here the thyristor T1 is the thyristor T1 is the main thyristor, and LNC is the inductance cap as the resonant circuit, and one more thyristor here we are using, and this thyristor is called as a auxiliary thyristor, and it is represented by TA. Clear? See the operation of this circuit. See the operation of this circuit. Initially, the thyristor T1 is triggered by giving the gate pulses. At time t is equal to 0, this is the time on x-axis, this is the 0 time, and this is the T1 time, okay, and this is the T2 time, this is the T3, T4, T5. Means the total time interval is divided into 0 initial time, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. It is clear? The total time interval is divided into T0 time, means initial time, T1, T2, T3, T4, T5. It is clear? At time t is equal to 0, at time t is equal to 0, at origin point, at time t is equal to 0, the T1 is triggered. The T1 is turned on by giving the gate pulses. Clear? Already it is in forward bias condition at time t is equal to 0. Already the thyristor T1 is in forward bias condition because the anode is connected to the positive and the cathode is connected to the negative. Means the T1, the main thyristor T1 is already forward bias condition at time t is equal to 0. It is clear? Next, this thyristor will be turned on. This thyristor will be turned on by giving the gate pulse at time t is equal to 0. At time t is equal to 0. Clear? When this thyristor is turned on, the current is flowing through this circuit. The current is flowing through this circuit, through the load circuit, through the load circuit, through this direction and negative terminal of the supply voltage. The current is starts from positive terminal of the supply voltage T1 load and negative terminal of the supply voltage. It's clear? And second point, at time t is equal to 0, the capacitor is fully charged. Already initially we have taken this capacitor fully charged. Clear? Already the capacitor is fully charged at time t is equal to 0. Means this plate is a positive, with this plate is a negative. Second point. Clear? Means this is the capacitor voltage. This capacitor voltage is already fully charged. Clear? When the thyristor is turned on, the current is flowing through this load circuit. Okay, and this current is called as the load current I0. Okay, I0, and this I0 is represented like this. Clear? I0. Next one, the capacitor is fully charged initially, starting May. Okay, with this plate is positive, this plate is negative. Capacitor is fully charged. Yes, clear? Next, when the thyristor is turned on at time t is equal to 0, it will carry the load current. Whatever the current is flowing through the load circuit, same amount of current is flowing through the thyristor also. Means the thyristor T1 is carry the load current. Clear? Means the magnitude of the load current is equal to the magnitude of the thyristor current. For example, if this 5 amperes current is flowing through this thyristor, same 5 amperes of current is flowing through this load also. So the magnitude of this thyristor, the magnitude of this current through the thyristor is same as the load current. Clear? That's why it is represented like this: IT1, I0. Okay. And is there any capacitor's current is flowing through the any capacitor's current is flowing? Capacitor is fully charged. डिस्चार्ज होने के लिए कुछ सर्किट क्लोज होना चाहिए. सी यार, पॉजिटिव प्लेट से लेकर नेगेटिव प्लेट तक आना चाहिए करंट. क्लियर? बट यहाँ पर the capacitor current cannot flow through this direction. यहाँ पे डायोड कनेक्टेड है. डायोड इन रिवर्स डायरेक्शन में कनेक्टेड है. तो कैथोड पॉजिटिव होगा, एनोड नेगेटिव है, तो करंट कैनॉट फ्लो थ्रू दिस डायरेक्शन. Okay, capacitor current cannot flow through this direction because of the connection of this diode. It is clear? Means no chance to flow the capacitor current in this circuit. Next, capacitor current can flow through this direction from positive terminal to this terminal. Flow हो सकता है क्या? नहीं, because the TA is in off condition. The TA is not turned on here. So it is at the open circuit. Oh, here also the capacitor current is not flowing through this circuit or through this circuit. It is clear? Means the capacitor current is 0. The capacitor current is 0, but it is fully charged. Okay, it will act as a open, the battery terminals is open, no load is connected. Clear? जैसे एक बैटरी लिया आपने, बैटरी ली है like this is the positive terminal, this is the negative terminal, positive and negative. For example, this is the 10 volts battery. For example, this is the 10 volts battery. It is fully charged. Clear? तो ये कब discharge होगा? When the positive connection, any load is connected, then it will be discharged. Means any closed circuit is available, then the current is flowing through the positive terminals to negative terminal. But here no circuit is provided to flow the capacitor current. That's why capacitor current is 0. That's why the capacitor current is 0. It is clear? And this is the first step. In first step, the thyristor is triggered at time t is equal to 0, and the current is flowing through this thyristor and through this load. Okay, this is the current is flowing through the thyristor and load I0 and IT1, and no current is flowing through the capacitor, that is represented by dotted lines, means 0, that is the sky blue line. Okay, but that the capacitor is fully charged, it is clear? So this voltage across the capacitor is Vs. The magnitude of this voltage across the capacitor is Vs. Which voltage we applied, same voltage is present. Next, second step. At time t is equal to t1, at time t is equal to t1. Yes. Yes, anyone? Yes, please. You have any doubt? Yes, please. Any doubt? Any problem? Okay, at time t is equal to t1, the auxiliary thyristor is turned on by giving the gate pulse. Already it is also in forward bias condition. If we give the gate pulse, it is also turned on. Okay. At time t is equal to t1, the auxiliary thyristor is an already forward bias condition. Clear? Is an already forward bias condition. So if we apply the gate pulse, then the auxiliary thyristor will be turn on. Then the auxiliary thyristor will be turn on. Okay, at which time? At which time? Time t is equal to t1. The auxiliary thyristor is turn on. Clear? When this thyristor is turned on, then what will be happening? The operation of the circuit. What will be happening? Okay. Here, if the auxiliary thyristor is turned on, it will actually act as a closed switch. It will act as a closed switch, and the capacitor current is flowing through the circuit because already capacitor fully charged, and we have provided the closed path. Closed path. So the battery current or capacitor current is flowing through this direction. First point. This current is not flow through this circuit because this is the capacitor current. Okay, capacitor current capacitor के पास से आएगा. It is clear? Positive plate से लेकर negative plate तक आएगा. So this capacitor is discharged through the thyristor inductance. But in which direction the capacitor is current? In this direction. In reverse direction, because it is the capacitor current is taken as a reference. The reference direction of the capacitor current is taken in this positive. So this direction is a positive. Okay, but the capacitor current is flowing in this reverse direction. Okay, this is the reference direction is considered as a positive, but the capacitor is current is flowing in opposite direction. Okay, so the capacitor current is in reverse direction. The capacitor current is flowing in reverse. Clear? The capacitor current is flowing in reverse. Okay, next point. But still the thyristor T1 is turned on. Clear? And the current is flowing through the load circuit. The current is flowing through the load circuit, and still the current is flowing through the thyristor T1 also. There is no changes. But here only changes is the capacitor current is flowing, that is in reverse direction. Okay, reverse direction, and the capacitor is going to decrease. The capacitor voltage is going to decrease. Okay, the capacitor voltage is going to decrease. Going to decrease, and it will goes to the negative voltage, and it will goes to the negative voltage. Clear? And then at time t is equal to t2, what will happening? At time t is equal to t2, this is the first step, this is the second step. Okay, third step is that at time t is equal to 0, the maximum reverse voltage is present across the capacitor. Maximum reverse voltage is present across the capacitor because initially the positive voltage is present, and then it will discharge through this thyristor, and then the total voltage decrease, and it will goes to negative. Okay, means negative voltage is present across the capacitor. Negative voltage is present across the capacitor. Okay, maximum voltage minus Vs at time t is equal to d2, and then the capacitor is fully discharged, and again it will goes to the flowing. Again the capacitor current is goes to the positive. Again the capacitor is going to charging condition like this, and the current is flowing through this one is positive. Again the capacitor current become a positive, means in this condition the capacitor is going to charging condition. So the current is flowing through the capacitor is in this direction, means that is the positive direction, like this. It is clear? When this capacitor current is going to increase, when the capacitor current is going to increase, okay, through this circuit, through the diode, okay, when the capacitor current is become a positive and is going to increase through this circuit, clear, then what will happening at this point, apply the KCL, for example, this is the IT1, and whatever the current is coming through this diode, this is the IC, and whatever the current is flowing through this load circuit, that is the I0. Clear? Now apply the KCL at this point. IT1 is equal to sum of the incoming currents is equal to sum of the outgoing currents. It is clear? IT1 plus IC. At this junction, incoming currents is IT1 plus IC. IT1 plus capacitor current is equal to I0. Then IT1 is equal to I0 minus IC. I0 minus IC. Clear? At this point, apply the KCL, then IT1 is equal to I0 minus IC. See here, when this capacitor current is reached the load current is equal to the load current. Okay, when this capacitor current is equal to the load current, for example, 5 amperes current is flowing through the load circuit. When the capacitor current is reached the 5 amperes, 5 minus 5 is equal to 0, means IT1 is equal to 0. IT1 is equal to 0 at this point, at time t is equal to T3. At time T3, t is equal to T3, the capacitor current is equal to the load current. Then when IC is equal to I0, means I0 minus IC. Okay, for example, 5 amperes, 5 minus 5 is 0. IT1 is equal to 0. IT1 is equal to 0. The current through the capacitor T1 is 0. It is clear? But still the current is flowing through the load circuit, through the capacitor, through this circuit. Vs, capacitor, inductance, D, and load circuit. There is no current is coming from T1. Clear? Still the current is flowing through the load circuit from T3 to T4. T3 to T5. When the capacitor is fully charged, and again it will block the current. When the capacitor is fully charged at time T is equal to T5, and there is no current is flowing through the capacitor. So it will the current is not coming from this circuit, and no current is coming from this T1 also, and our TA is already off. Okay, so the output current is becoming 0. It is clear? So this is the way to turn off the thyristor T1. Okay, at time t is equal to T3, by using the resonant circuit, and auxiliary thyristor, okay, the T1 is turn off. Our main concept is main thyristor को turn off करना है. Turn off किया ना? It is clear? This is the operation of the circuit. Clear? It's clear? I think any doubt in this concept? I have given the explanation this circuit in these points. Okay, I have given the operation of this circuit is this one. Okay, IC is equal to Im sin omega t, maximum value of the current, and Vc is equal to Vm sin omega t when the current is flowing through this circuit, through the resonance circuit. Okay, Vs is equal to minus Vn root of C by L into sin omega t. Okay, when the positive voltage is up here across the capacitor, Okay, Vs is equal to Vs into root of c by l sine omega t3 minus t2 whatever. So here see the operation only. This is the equations by applying the KVL and KCL we can get. Okay, but main thing is circuit diagram and operation. Main thing is circuit diagram and waveforms of this circuit. Clear? Okay.